Hi, Mary. I'm Christian from American Income Life. I talked to you yesterday about your life insurance benefits through your local 51, through your brother. I believe is your brother Mark. Is he not?
Yes.
Okay, cool. By the way, is John here? These benefits go for both of you, so it'd be pretty good if he was here too.
Yeah, let me get him.
Okay, perfect.
Come on in.
All right, thank you. All right, cool. How about we take a seat, if you don't mind? You'll sit here, and then John, you can sit there, and then I'll just sit here, and then we can just take it from there. Cool?
Got it.
All right, cool. So now, did Mark tell you anything about the benefits the reason why I'm here, anything like that?
He just said something about insurance.
Okay, cool. Well, let me back up a little bit.
Okay.
And, let me tell you exactly what I did for your brother. And, because he is right now a local firefighter, so he's a local firefighter, so he's one of the things that the members because he is a member, those benefits can go with you pretty much. So I don't know if you're familiar with the unions such as firemen, electricians, federal employees, but they have pretty much one of the best benefits out there. And what I do, AIL, is a unionized company that helps with those benefits and for the unions and the associates of those unions. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So because Mark is a member in good standing with us, he has been allowed to extend not only those benefits just to him and his family, but to his nuclear and extended family as well, and to his friends as well. So that's why I'm here. So do you know the difference between what is temporary benefits and permanent benefits by any chance?
No.
Okay, so every person, we have great benefits at work. I used to work at T-Mobile, and they had really good benefits. But as soon as I left that job, those benefits didn't extend out. I lost them, unfortunately.
Okay.
And so what happens is that within those 31 days, people, if they retire, if they quit, or if they get laid off, they don't really get those benefits back. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So what it is today is that if you qualify today, and it is a qualification that we would need to see, you're going to be able to have permanent benefits. So not only will it be for you right now in your work, but if for whatever reason you leave that work, you'll have it for the rest of your life. That's pretty cool, right?
Awesome. Yeah, I better thank my brother, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So John, what do you do for work?
Sales.
Cool. Awesome. How long have you been doing that?
About 7 years.
7 years? Cool. You must really like it then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bills.
Nothing to pays the bill. That's awesome. So I'm going to show you a copy of this letter, and what it is pretty much going to show you what we're all about. And so in the end of the day, think of it more like a report card. My boss and the unions that I represent, they want to see that if I'm doing my job. So if you don't mind, in the end of the day, just tell them what you thought about what we're doing today, and we'll take it from there. Is that okay?
Yeah,
cool.
That's right.
So I'm here for 3 reasons, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm here. So number 1, I'm here to inform you about food banks. Number 2, I'm going to extend the benefits that I extended for Mark. I want to extend it to you. And then number 3, I want to see if you qualify for anything that is permanent for our friends and families. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about is food bank. Now, have you ever been laid off by any chance?
I was unemployed for a while. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So not cool, but you understand.
Right.
Yeah. So the reason why I asked this is because American Income Life, what they do is that they help with the community. In a sense that they want to help people that are kind of, they've fallen, they haven't had a job or anything like that. So we provide food for them. So it's a community-based thing. And so if you're kind of interested, what we do is we donate. If you have like a can or 2 that you wish to donate to people, to those in need, you're able to do it. Just by the end of the day, by the end of the time, just let me know what you think, and then if you wanted to donate, it'll help somebody else in need. So that's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
So and then also one of the things is we're here to show you what is we have a gift certificate. It's $2,000 AD&D policy. This is for you and your husband.
Okay.
It does last a whole year. What's awesome about this is that there's a lot of people that think that they have to pay for certain life insurances, which is true. But what's cool about this one and what I love about it is that it's non-contributional and it's non-participating, which means that you don't have to pay for any of this. This right now is absolutely at no cost to you.
Okay.
The reason why it is because Mark extended these benefits to you. So don't thank him for pretty much
no cost.
Exactly.
For
so
sure.
no cost at all. So I'm going to give you this, that way you can fill it out. and you
This
know,
is $2,000.
yeah, $2,000, and each person will have that.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Now, the next thing that I'm here for is the discount card. Now, what we do is that we provide, I'll get that really quick. So what we do is it is not a medical insurance. We don't provide that. But what we do is we do provide, it's not health insurance as well, but what we do is we provide discounts on vision, also prescriptions, hearing, and chiropractic services. So, I mean, I had an aunt that she needed glasses. She broke her glasses. She was able to go to Costco, and they were able to give her, because she had the discount card, they were able to take out 30% of that. So,
Wow.
I mean, I'm not sure if you need glasses or maybe your kids need glasses, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. But if you do, so we have all these benefits, and they get discounted for them. And then if you want more information about it, you can actually look into the website, and it'll tell you more or less what the discounts qualify for you and the amount of discount it is. Okay? So that's for you as well.
Thank you.
No worries.
So this is 20 to 60% off?
Yes, and just
Cool.
depends on the type of brand and the people that you.
And these are the stores I can use it at?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. And I don't need a membership at Costco?
No. What's cool about it is that Costco doesn't need that because it's independent.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So I mean, so you did mention over the phone that you had 2 kids, I believe, right?
I have one.
We have one. I'm so sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
That's awesome. How old is he?
He's 11.
He's 11. That's awesome. He's pretty much running around all over, right?
Yeah, no, he's got us all over town.
Cool. So because of that, we pretty much provide what is called our Child's Safe Kits.
Awesome.
Now, what's cool about this? Are you familiar with Amber Alerts by any chance?
Yeah.
What they do is that police in our communities, they're actively searching for 2,300 children each and every day. So this is a vital tool. I mean, heaven forbid, I mean, it's the worst nightmare for people to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, for them to lose their kid, but I mean, it does happen, and if it does, we want to be prepared for it. So Here it is. Now what's cool is you're going to fill out the information, with pencil. Make sure you do it with pencil because when they grow out and stuff like that, it's
change the
exactly.
Got it.
Then you're also going to do their fingerprints, each and every single one of them. And then on top of that, you're going to tell them if they have any birthmarks, anything that is like if they have braces, if they have scars on them, you're going to list it out here as well. Okay. So you're going to keep that. This obviously as well is at no cost.
Okay.
Then we also have our family information guide. Now, what I love about this is it helps with a couple of things. Number one, it helps.
I don't have a will set up.
You don't have a will set up.
I don't.
You don't. Okay, so because of that, this is really awesome because it provides that. And so usually wills usually cost about maybe $150 to $500 for wills. This is no cost to you.
Awesome.
And it's another thing, it's a vital tool that we do because what is cool is that, I mean, are you a veteran or is your husband?
No.
Okay, cool. So what's awesome about it is that it actually will show you who to notify within your family members if something were to happen to you. Another cool tool, is that it provides a will for you to pretty much tell you what kind of wishes you would want if something were to happen to you within burial or or how do you want to get buried. Also, it has the estate information and then your financial information, which is your checkings account, everything. So if something were to happen to you, they can close out those accounts for you. Okay? And then also the most important thing is that we can't control one thing in life, and it's when we're going to die, but we can surely plan for it.
Yeah.
And what's cool about it is that we provide what is our funeral service request. Now what's cool about this is that it provides information on what do you want to do when you pass. Okay, how do you want to do it? Now if you want to keep this as well, do you have right now, let me see really quick.
I just planned a funeral, so.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
So I mean, that is something that's beneficial for you and your family.
Thank you.
No worries. Now.
So this is not a will, but it's like a will.
Yeah, it's like a will. Yes,
awesome.
Yes.
Perfect.
But it's something you just have to register for it, and yeah, it's right there. Now, the next thing that I'm here for is sorry, I lost my train of thought. Is we want, because now that your brother is a member with us in good standing, they're allowing you to extend the same benefits that you have at no cost to your friends and family members. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. So the things that I provided for you, all this as free of charge, as at no cost to you, we're able to extend that out to anybody for you.
Wow.
So now they do have to qualify. The way they do is that they have to be over 21. They have to live in the state, and be employed.
Okay.
Most people they extend it out to their family members, their sisters, their parents, their close friends. But how many? I mean, is it just you and Mark? That's
No. You know what? I can give you my sisters. Both
Okay.
of my sisters. Only one of my sisters has kids, but you say these are all at no cost.
Yeah, no cost. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, no. And when John's sisters, I consider them my sisters too.
Oh, that's awesome.
So let me get you those.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and let me write that down.
So
real
let me
quick.
get my phone and I'll get you those names and numbers.
Cool.
Okay.
Now.
So I got your text.
Yes. So I'm gonna send you out a text right now, and in this text message is very much telling them that I'm going to be reaching out to them to give them their no cost benefits. Okay.
Okay.
Now, once you do that, do you have a friend, any family members that live close by any chance?
My sister's like 10 minutes away from here.
Okay, cool.
There's her address right
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Cool. So let me go ahead. Is there any way we can call her perhaps? Maybe to see that we can catch her up?
Let me give her a call really quick. If she answers. Corey. Hey. I'm sitting here with Mark's representative for his union benefits. Well, he does his union benefits, and you're going to get some of the benefits too. So let me go ahead and give him the phone, and then he'll explain to you really quick, okay? Okay.
Hi, is this Corey? Hi, my name is Christian. How are you today? I'm good. The reason why I'm talking to you right now is that I just delivered to I believe your sister. I delivered her the policy at no cost benefits, and I just wanted to see if there was any time right now that I can maybe meet up with you. I do have to turn in these no cost benefits to you and your family. It's at no cost to you. It's just it's extended to you just because they extend it out because of your friend Mary. So is there any way I can reach out to you maybe today or tomorrow? I am available within these 2 days. Okay, we can do tomorrow if you like. I'm available in 2 hours. I'm doing it at 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Which times works best for you? 5 o'clock, perfect. Okay, I'll meet you tomorrow at 5 just to get down your direction. What's your address? Okay, thank you so much. I look forward to meeting you. And are you married by any chance? Perfect. If you can have your husband come as well, and then that way we can meet with him because it does pertain the benefits for both of you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Awesome, thanks.
No worries.
I'm glad you have time to do all this.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our job. We do it with love and confidence. So now, John and Mary, since you didn't find out exactly what your brother did for you, let me back up a little bit. Now, as I mentioned in the letter, there's a program they set up for you. It's this pretty much the one I showed you with you, the letter. Now, in fact, this is what is called a labor advisory board. It consists of roughly about 54 international, what are called labor and associate leaders.
Okay.
They're very important because what they do is they help advise and recommend, benefits for gaps within the benefits that you have and with the benefits that people need. So they've asked me to read this letter to you. I'm going to just show it to you, and that way you can read it with you and your family. Now, you see, that's the reason they were chosen to do this program for the unions, because like I mentioned before, it takes about after 31 days of being laid off, leaving your job or retiring, you lose most of the benefits. And so, the ones that we're doing right now, these are permanent benefits, and what's cool is that they go with you. It's not something that is something within your job. It's something that goes with you for the rest of your life, which is awesome. So because of that, we do, in fact, we not only work with people that from police department, firefighters, or teachers, but we work with roughly about 40,000 people. And what's cool about it is that we're rated A+, and we have over 5 million members enrolled. So, I mean, because of that and because we've been around for over 60 years, I mean, we must be doing something right, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. So I do have to say this, just because your brother extended you these benefits to you, it doesn't mean that you automatically be qualified for them. So I'm enrolled in them, sorry, you do have to qualify. If you're too high risk, they might not take you in. But I'm just going to ask you some questions and I'm going to see if if you're a right fit for this, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
How about that? Cool. Okay, so the first question is, have you ever had an arrest including a DUI?
No.
No? Okay.
No, not yet.
Not yet, thank God. Have you ever used any tobacco or marijuana in the past 12 months?
John.
John? Okay.
Not me.
How long ago was that?
Like 2 years ago.
Okay.
So no.
Well, what about John?
John, like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. So, do you take any prescription medication?
No.
Okay.
Not prescription.
Have you ever had any issues in your life or any family history of cancer, diabetes, or heart disease?
No.
No? Oh, that's good. So healthy family. So based on what you told me, I'm not sure if you qualify yet, but you do have a chance, so I can at least extend the benefits to you.
Okay.
So what we're going to do right now is it's called a needs analysis. This determines the basis on three things. The first thing is your family situation. The second is the benefits that you already have. And number three is your income.
Okay.
So what they have me do is ask you a couple of questions to see what you might qualify for.
Okay.
So let me go really quick. What is your full name?
It's Mary Rojas.
Rojas, okay. What is your date of birth?
January 17th, 1984.
Okay, perfect. Let me write that down. Okay, so John and Mary, so did Mark fill you in by any chance on what we call our Hour Power program?
No.
You didn't? Okay, that's fine. So our Hour Power program is it's a very old principle that we've used for a very long time. And what they do is that they take the first 2 hours of your weekly wages,
Okay.
and they set it aside to protect not only you but your family and your family's future. So now 2 hours of your wage is roughly about 1/20th of your income, which, I mean, it won't really change your lifestyle. It's really something small. What's crazy is that most financial planners, they will tell you to do about 10 to 15%. We're only asking you about 5%. So, I mean, and the reason why is that our prices are really affordable just because we're a unionized company.
Nice.
Now, provided that you qualify for them, for these benefits, they allow you to set aside about $20 to $100 a week. Now, we understand that every member has a different situation, has differently hourly wages, and it has different circumstances. And what I'm obligated to do is just show you what setting aside 2 hours is.
Okay.
And what it will do to protect you. Okay.
Okay.
So then when I'm done, like I mentioned to you, that report card that I gave you,
Yes.
it's just going to tell you exactly, what you thought, and
Okay.
just direct it back to me.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yes. Got it.
So John, how much does John make an hour?
25.
25. Okay, let me write that down really quick. 25 the hour. Cool. And how much do you make an hour?
20.
20. Okay. So in total combined, you both make $45 the hour. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah. Right. That's pretty neat. So, just like in any other enrollment period, you have to qualify for these forms. They need to be filled out in person. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
We can do it over the phone later on. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Feel free to interrupt me so you can ask me.
Okay.
So now that we're concerned with three things in three major areas. First thing is accidental injuries. Number two is final expenses. Number three, paycheck protection. Now, the first area they are concerned with is that if you are injured in any type of accident.
Okay.
Now, have you ever thought, have either of you thought what will happen if you guys are injured in an accident?
Gosh, no.
No. I mean, not that many people do, just because it's a scary thought. No one really thinks of it. But what's cool is that the Labor Advisory Board and the American Income Life, they've given it a lot of thought. And their concern isn't your medical bills. This is not a medical insurance that we're providing. You have health insurance to take care of that. When it's, and if it's job related, work compensation helps you out with that. But what we do is that they're concerned with lost wages and expenses that start to add up. Now, Mary, when you end up in the hospital, even though your medical bills are taken care of, even though they're taken care of and you don't have to pay those to pay those, you do have other bills. Would you say?
Right.
Now, when you get the phone call, obviously you won't be working either. If if John gets sick or if he goes to hospital, you're not gonna be able to, and God forbid something happens to your children, you both probably won't be working either, right?
Right.
So John, when you marry or any of your kids get hurt, and they have to go to an emergency room, they're going to send this amount. I'm going to show you this. That way you can see it.
Okay.
So each one, the emergency room benefit is that each one has it. It's $150 per day. And then it's for you and John and also your children. Now, if you're there for a long period of time, you're able to do $300 a day for both your family, your whole family, each one, yes,
Yeah.
for 365 days, which is awesome.
Yep.
And then if something, God forbid, something horrible happens, we have this what is extensive care benefit, and it's $600. And because of that, it's $600 each for 14 days. Does that make sense? So it's for a full 2 weeks, which is okay. And the reason why it's this amount, it's actually going to be $25 for all this. Now we'll talk about it right now.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it's
No, you're
awesome.
okay.
So is it making sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the second area that they're concerned with is your final expenses. Now, John, who would be responsible, for your funeral and your final expenses if something were to happen to you?
My wife.
Right, of course. Now let me. You mentioned to me earlier that you recently had to plan a funeral. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it's a very serious problem that a lot of people have to face. Because the fact is that everyone's going to die, and that's the. I mean, it's a harsh reality, but everyone's going to do it.
Yeah.
But we will die. But when we die, someone in our family is going to face those the funeral director, sorry. And what they do, and the funeral directors now, is that they require you to pay the full amount or the most of it up front.
Yep.
That's really. Did you know that they had to do that? They have to do that.
Yeah, they want their money.
Yeah,
right
they
away.
want their money. I mean, they want to know that they're getting paid for what they're doing.
Yeah.
So now that we're done. What they've done is they set up this freedom of choice certificate for your final expenses, and it's this one right here. Yeah, there you go. Now, if you qualify, each of you will receive these benefits, this certificate. And what they mainly does is that the freedom of choice, you can go to any funeral home, and you can give it to them, and they'll take care of it for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, they'll go and say, they'll tell you, I'm really sorry for your loss, John or Mary. And they're going to tell you, what, here's the certificate, and they'll take care of everything else. That's pretty awesome. I mean, especially because, losing someone is already so harsh as it is. And this is just something that's going to be off of your chest. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So because of that, the freedom of choice, you're going to be, for each one, you're going to be covered for $30,000. Your kids are going to be covered for $10,000. It's something we don't want to think of, but we also want to cover them for any expenses as well. On top of that, if you were to do if you do have what is our accidental death, on top of those $30,000, you get an additional $30,000 each, and on top of that, you get $6,000 for your children. If you do the auto accident, instead of it being, it's $60,000 plus your $30,000. And then your common carrier, it's $150 plus your $30,000. Wow. So all that is included with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So now the third problem that we're concerned with is your paycheck. Now, say you're on your way home and you get killed in a car accident, or you pass away in a stroke or heart attack. Your paycheck. Is your paycheck going to be coming to support you?
No.
No, right? I mean,
not if I die.
If you die, your paycheck dies with you, unfortunately, and that's really scary. But taking care of your family, putting food on the table, paying those bills, those are pretty much something very important, and it's something that Mary, the bills will keep on coming, and month after month after month. Without John's paycheck, and that's very tragic because we see a lot of families that aren't really protected, unfortunately. But let me ask you this: you do have life insurance? Do you have life insurance through your work by any chance?
Yeah, I think I have a little bit through work.
Okay. And what about you, John? Does he too?
Yes.
Okay.
Just accidental.
Okay. So because of that, usually what people do is that they do have that protection. But here's what happens in a typical situation: when you die, your family immediately has to start dipping into that lump sum. And what they do is that they first they get the reimbursement of the burial, all those expenses, and then because your paycheck has stopped coming in, you have to start dipping into your savings to pay bills and put food on the table. And then after 1 2 years, all that money just begins to just disappear. And it's completely gone. And so what our solution is that we have this thing called our paycheck protection program that we have. And when something happens to John, they're going to start sending you, Mary, some money every single month for a full year. And what's cool about it is that there's some companies that they do maybe 3 6 months. What we do is a full year, just because it's not enough just to be it's not to be adjusted for those 6 months. It's something. So because of that, you're going to be an income protection of about 96. Your family's going to be getting about $8,000 every single month for a whole year, which equals out to about 96,000.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about that?
No, that makes sense.
Okay. So what they're going to do is so sorry about that. My eyes are a little bit hurting right now.
Oh no, that's okay. Don't worry. So John would get the same if something happened to me?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Now, because of that, Mary, when something happens to you, they're going to send your family every single paycheck, like I mentioned to you, $8,000 for you and $8,000 for your husband if something were to happen. Now, now, as well, now this does build an emergency fund after 3 years if things ever get tight financially, because sometimes it will.
Yeah.
There will be some money to help take care of your program during that time, so if you don't lose it.
Awesome.
Does that make sense? So you'll never lose it, just because we're here to help you out pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
awesome.
Yes. Have you ever thought about what you will do if you were to be diagnosed with like a terminal illness by any chance?
No.
No, right? Because it doesn't really come to mind until something happens, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's scary.
So, I mean, well, they put it into a lot of thought, and in fact, they realize you're going to need a lot of cash. When you're diagnosed with terminal illness and not expecting it, you do need to pay for it. You do need to pay for all those expenses. So what they're going to do is they're going to send half of the expenses and paycheck protection to you, and the other half will go into your family after you're gone. Does that make sense?
Wow,
it's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that we have is that there is we have this thing called a strike and lay off waiver.
Okay.
Now, what this means to you is that it just so you can't lose your program. In fact, in case of the union strikes, what they do is that the insurance benefits for you, the benefits they will take care of them for a full year, and you don't have to pay that back. That's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
So, John, even if you go out, if you don't work for one day, just one day because of a strike, they will take care of your benefit not only for a week, but for the whole month. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So it'll be you won't have enough to pay for it, and for layoffs, as long as you've been working for the past 12 months, they're going to be taking care of that program for 3 months. Does that make sense?
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome. Also, the insurance benefits are guaranteed and they're non-cancelable, which means for you is that you don't have to qualify no matter what benefits in the future to your health, your age, your habits. No one can ever take that away from you. That's pretty awesome, huh? Does that make sense?
It sure does.
Cool.
Yeah.
So now that I've showed you what setting aside 2 hours will do for your family, let's review it to make it clear that you guys have everything down. Okay.
Okay.
So your accidental injury benefits are there for you and your family.
Okay.
Your freedom of choice certificate covers you, your wife and your children in case something were to happen, such as death. Okay. Your paycheck protection, all your protection are set aside just to make sure that nothing happens moving forward, so that you don't lose your benefits. Okay. That goes with you. It doesn't change if your job changes. It doesn't change if you get sick. It doesn't change. It doesn't change at all. So again, can you see why it's so important for families to have this?
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Now, my job, because of the relationship that you have with your brother, is to give you an opportunity to get enrolled in what we qualify for. The best part is that they set it up like a payroll deduction. Think of it more of a payroll deduction.
Okay.
But instead of doing it every 2 weeks, they do it once a month.
Okay.
And they take it out of your checkings account. Now, the reason why they do it that way is because if you change your job or you retire, you don't have to worry about losing the insurance benefits because they are under your control. They're not your employees. It's not your employer's job. It's not the union's job. It's under your control. It's pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
So John and Mary, let's face it. We're all going to die. We don't have a choice. Either we deal with it now, or someone in our family, our immediate family, it will have to deal with it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now you will have to answer some medical questions to see if you can qualify. But probably the most important question I need to ask you is, when something happens to both of you, say in a bad car wreck, there will be a little over $300,000.
Wow.
That that will do it. Now, who do you want that money to go to?
Oh my goodness, to my son.
To your son?
To my mom and my son.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your son's name?
It's Corey.
Okay, cool. So now it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make really much of a difference which program you qualify for. Most families try to qualify for their 2 hours combined, which in your case would be $45.
Okay.
But some families, they do want to put more aside. They double their benefits. So instead of it being $45 the hour, $45, it'll be $90. So it'll be more. Or sometimes people just choose more basic program to get started, and then they will upgrade later on down the road. Because what you can do with this is that you can upgrade, which is awesome to that. Now, which way are you leaning more towards?
Let's try the one that you showed me, the 2 hours.
The 2 hours? Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So let me fill out some information really quick. All right, what is your email?
Jenny Rosales@altic.com.
Okay. The monthly amount will process every month on today's date. I can also make it another day for the next 12 days. So it could be from the 10th through the 22nd.
Today's the first now? Every first of the month?
Every first of the month? Perfect. Okay, let me write that down. So your policy will arrive within 4 to 8 weeks. Once received, you've been permanently qualified and accepted. Now let me see really quick. Let's put all these folders together.
Okay.
Now, there are 5 reasons why that can happen during this qualification process. We are obligated to kind of tell you what it is.
Okay.
And then that way you can have all that information with you, okay?
Awesome.
So number 1 is you might be declined, in which case they might send everything back to you, like the money that you put, they might send it back to you. Number 2, the rating to offset the pre-existing conditions, which means that maybe you had some conditions that you weren't aware of. It pretty much, you can be rated and they can keep the benefits the same, or it might, the same amount will be set up and decrease benefits, slightly, okay? Number 3, they might send out a nurse for a no-cost physical. It'd be checking your height, your weight, your blood pressure, and then, same at your own convenience, okay? Now, the 4th thing is qualify for the program standard. And number 5 is extremely services oriented. So someone will call to ensure that you're satisfied with the enrollment process.
Okay.
So the questions I asked you, they're going to ask you the same questions.
Okay.
And just to see that, we're on the same page and there's no loopholes pretty much.
Okay.
Now, this is your service file with all the paper. It needs to be kept in a safe place here. After the folder is set up, I'm pretty much gonna just put it here. I want to set everything up.
Okay.
Can I have all that paper that's right there?
Yeah, so you just want me to type my name in here?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Now, when you're typing, it's just pretty much that you're accepting it.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me at all? Any doubts, questions?
No, but you said I can call you, right? If
Yes, ma'am. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get in contact with your family members that you gave me their information.
Okay.
And then I'm going to contact you in about a week just to see how you're doing. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah, congratulations once again. Thank you so much for your time. And you have a good day.
Okay, thanks, Christian, for stopping by.